Hi, this is Dimitris Bronovsky, author of the Curious Tanguero newsletter and tango books like Tangofulness, Tango Tips by the Maestros, and the tango novel When the Embrace Whispers. Today, I'll read a few excerpts from Tango Tips by the Maestros, written by Chloe Theodoropoulou and Dionisis Theodoropoulos, hoping you'll find them useful. And maybe even check out the book on Amazon. It's available in English, Spanish, and Italian, with more languages coming soon. You can also find it on Audible as audiobook. Let's get started. To be okay with the others, you need to be first okay with yourself. Tango is a form of communication and sharing, a dialogue. Exactly as in any dialogue, it is important for both sides to be conversational, meaning receptive and giving. For this, you need first of all to feel okay with yourself. This is crucial for tango, and because tango touches many aspects of human existence, we decided to focus on two of its expressions: the technical/dance part and the psychological, emotional part, the technical dance part. Without question, one of the biggest problems in dancing is the wrong position of the body, the wrong posture. During our lives, we have all acquired habits of how to stand, which, though, go against the natural and effective function of the human body. A wrong position can create unnecessary muscular tension, restrict your dancing capabilities and your progress, and can force certain kinetic and stylistic choices on us. First of all, though, in a dance whose essence is the embrace, the wrong position will also influence our partner and furthermore the communication between the couple. Let's take a closer look at what we can do. First step, study your body and in which position, posture, it is more functional and has the least amount of tension. If big muscle groups, dorsal, thighs, glutes, trapezoidal, are contracted, try to relax. Play with your axis, putting it forward, on top of your toes, metatars, in the middle, on top of the arch, back, heels, and discover in which position the muscles are contracted less. This is where your body will work better and organically. Second step. While doing the above step, realize the bad habits and accept them. The acceptance of a mistake is the first step toward its correction. Third step, correct your mistakes in front of a mirror to also have a taste of the aesthetic result, giving time and trust to yourself. Do a few steps trying to maintain the right posture. It takes time, but don't get disappointed. Fourth step, apply your correction while being inside the embrace, focusing on the embrace and the communication and not on the steps. You will see that it will quickly become warmer and more effective. Fifth step. When you practice, every time a step is failing or there is a communication problem, focus on yourself first. Ask yourself if you made a mistake. First of all, in your posture, and then try to understand what was its result to the embrace. Example. During a giro, if the follower steps far away from the leader, he might be too far away to do a saccata. It is quite probable that the solution to this problem lies in that the leader's upper body is too much forward, and as a result, is using unnecessary force, tension in his hands, pushing away the follower. It is less probable that the mistake is in the technique of the follower. If you are a leader and that has happened to you, before you get frustrated, ask yourself what you can correct in your body to improve the step. Give value to yourself and your posture, protect your body, and use its capabilities correctly. This will give you certainty and will strengthen your self-trust. This will also give more value to your partner. And because nothing in life is absolute, the healthy position that we described doesn't have only a literal meaning, your body's posture, but also metaphorical. A healthy psychology will also strengthen our tango, this miniature of our society. If our motto is to be okay with others, you need first to be okay with yourself. Then, to be okay with yourself, it is not enough to take care only of your posture, but also your internal world, at least when you are dancing or you are simply present in a milonga. We said before that tango is a social dance, a way of communication and dialogue. Who can have a true discussion when, i.e., he is angry, disappointed, or frustrated? Don't get us wrong. All those feelings are healthy expressions when you know how to control them and calm down. The last is necessary when we get in the process of dancing with someone in a class, practica, or milonga. First step, remove the negative thoughts and feelings every time you're going to hug someone. Try that also when you are not in tango, so you can apply it easier when you are in tango. Second step, think that your partner wants to dance, first of all, to have a good time, so you need to offer this possibility by having a good time yourself first. Take care of yourself and create the prerequisites so that you can have a good time. Third step, in the milonga, avoid or even deny to dance with someone unless you really want it. Don't give yourself away, because when you are doing this, you are not only hurting yourself, you are also hurting your partner and the whole flow of the milonga. When you decide to dance with someone, do it with your complete soul. Tango is not just steps. Behind the steps and the sequences, you can find its essence, the embrace, and the communication. Tango is a social dance, a being with many expressions directly connected with modern society. This gives us the possibility to progress as humans, and not just as dancers. You are dancing with your bones, not your muscles. One of the biggest problems that we face when we dance, or that we think that we face, is that we don't have balance, that we don't have a good axis. In reality, we all have an axis. Our axis is simply our spine, which supports our body. The problem is that most dancers haven't realized that if they correct their spine, they have automatically fixed their axis. Ignoring this, beyond the result of losing balance, often leads to one of the biggest and most frequent mistakes that undermine the quality of the dance. When the spine is not in the right position, our body is forced to intensively use its muscles, tendons, and joints to maintain our balance and posture. And this creates pain, unnecessary tension, and loss of dance quality. Let's see how we can solve this. First step, try for a few seconds the following. Imagine that you want to elongate the back part of your body, creating space for the one vertebra to stay on top of the other, without cancelling, though it's natural and useful, curves of the spine. This way, you have brought the most crucial ingredient of your skeleton, your spine, in the position which, according to the biomechanics of the human body, is built to function most efficiently and with the least amount of pressure or stress. There, muscles, tendons, and joints have a supportive role, and not the main one. Try it now and focus on the sensation of your body in that position. Second step, it is certainly difficult to remove bad habits. We all, some more, some less, live with hurtful habits to our body and our posture, which are not so easy to realize, accept, and correct. In this area, our experience has shown us that practicing in front of the mirror is very important, because when you can see your mistakes, you can correct them easier. When you don't see it, you are only focusing on what feels right, not on what you see, and the correction might be insufficient, inaccurate, and lacking longevity. Repeat the previous step in front of a mirror. If possible, do it now. Third step. Certainly, you know that it is quite hard, even when you have found it, to maintain the right position. Many times we realize what the right position is, but when the time for dance comes, we simply forget. The reason is that our body hasn't absorbed the new information, so it can use the right position automatically. Here, the solution is practice, focusing on quality, not quantity, but also the inclusion of the new correct habit in everyday life. If you try, for example, to correct something in your position, make sure to create opportunities during the day, even for a few seconds, to practice it. This allows us to systematize the correct position till we no longer need to put any big effort to reach the desired result. When can you put your spine in the correct position during the day? Maybe when you wash your teeth, before getting out of the house, the moment you arrive at the office and you leave on the floor everything you carry, or any time that you wait in line for something. Define 2 moments that you are going to use during the week to realign your spine for 10 seconds. Which moments make sense to you? Did you define them? If no, really, stop reading and define them. If yes, then keep in mind to be persistent. Yes, for the first few days, you will often forget to do it. It's normal. Gently remind yourself and try again. And if you realize that you forgot, perfect, take 10 seconds right there to focus on your spine. If it helps, add a post-it next to your door or at the office to help you remember. Keep in mind, we are what we consistently do. The realization about our spine is directly related to the first advice that we gave you. To be okay with the others, you need to be okay with yourself first. To hug the other, you should first hug yourself. And the awakening of your spine will help you achieve that. Focusing on our spine, our body gets in the right place. When we correct our spine, we automatically highlight our positive elements and hide our negative. For example, when your pelvis is forward, you seem to have a bigger belly and no waist. When you bring your attention to your spine, your pelvis gets in position, and so does the belly center of your body. This way, a waist is created and the curves are highlighted. Fourth step, looking good helps you feel good. For us, the aesthetically beautiful and the technically correct go hand in hand. Where we are beautiful, we'll also be correct and efficient. As we said before, by waking up our spine, we also wake our natural vertical axis that goes through our bodies. This helps us stand straight, be grounded, and have balance. If you want to understand the right position of your spine better, the following image can help. Imagine that a hand pulled you from the top of your spine, lengthening your neck and letting your vertebrae fall on top of each other one by one, ending at the pelvis, which then falls heavy towards the earth without tension on the hips and glutes. The sensation should be that you are hanging from a rope flowing through space. Here, your bones are supporting you and not your muscles, softening all the tension in the big muscle groups of your body. Fifth step, we want to transfer the sensation we created in the fourth step into our embrace. Here, you should find each other without losing the connection with your spine and your natural vertical axis, using the joints of your ankles to come closer to each other. One of the main problems that appear because of the nature of our embrace is that when we hug, because our focus is on the frontal contact, we forget what happens behind us. Our experience has shown us that it is crucial to maintain first our connection with the back part, the spine of our body, when we are in the embrace. This way, we'll also solve another big problem, which often appears in tango: lack of space. By aligning your body, you are creating space for yourself and for your partner to come closer to you and be welcomed in the embrace. We invite you, the next time you hug someone, instead of focusing first on the front of your body, to focus on your spine. If you can, try it now, even if you have to hug a column or a bunch of jackets hanging from a circular hanger. Remember, by bringing your attention to the back and awakening your spine, you create space, putting the big parts of the skeleton, head, hips, etc., in their position. You also remove unnecessary muscular tension, creating the conditions for a warmer and more receptive embrace. At the same time, you're making your dance less tiring and more efficient. Embrace via figures. As we discussed in the first tip, tango is a form of dialogue and communication. The embrace is the communication vehicle, and the steps, sequences that are created are the consequence of this communication. Tango is like a living organism that keeps evolving, so the options are countless. These countless possibilities are one of the reasons you might love tango so much. Beyond the evolution opportunities, tango also offers very strong visual stimuli. And because our sense of sight is quite strong, it's easier for this stimuli to be imprinted in our minds and to affect us visually. This is the reason most people want to do the steps and sequences they saw on YouTube, or to mimic an advanced couple that they saw dancing in the milonga. But here lies a great risk. By trying to perform a complex sequence, according to each person's current experience, we may lose the essence. Our advice is to not use yourself to perform a sequence. Instead, allow the sequence to emerge from the embrace and the communication. See tango as an opportunity for dialogue, and not as a competition focused on dancing skills. Experience every movement, position, transfer, pause to each maximum, and see where it can take you. This is where the magic of tango exists. An extra tip for leaders. To achieve what we mentioned before, think in reverse. When you do a step, instead of focusing on what you should do, focus on what you need to propose, communicate to your partner. This automatically strengthens the sense of dialogue in the embrace, opening the way for an answer to your question. At the same time, it gives you space so that you can perform your move without hassle. An extra tip for followers. Don't think. The biggest mistake most followers do is that they think too much, blocking the dance and their receptivity. Often, especially when they know the music well or they love a particular song, they think of the movement they could be doing or guess the movement their partner will suggest at a certain moment. Instead of thinking, guessing what the leader might or might not suggest, or if you're able to follow, simply stay focused on the embrace. Experience without stress the journey of a simple transfer and let things happen without anticipating the destination. The power of a pause. Have you ever felt that your dance is flat and boring? Have you ever questioned why, although you know so many steps, in the milonga you often end up doing the same? If yes, then the solution we recommend is a single word: pause. In a musical composition for tango, with many levels and variations, a good interpretation requires something equivalent from the dance. Unfortunately, on a social level, there are only a few who truly can do that. If you feel that you can't do that, and you would like to make your dance more interesting, first try to understand some of the reasons that usually block you from doing that. There are usually two. First, there might be a sense of rush or a lack of patience. Second, there might be some stress coming from your desire to look good and a feeling of being inadequate on the dance floor. These two make your dance feel more stressed and in a rush and transform you into a machine that dances every song from the beginning till the end without a breath, ignoring the essence which lies in the embrace, the communication, and the music. Our proposal: hit pause. First of all, pausing will give you the chance to remove the stress and any feeling of urgency and to relax. It will give you time to think so you can create something new and add to your dance steps that you might not be using so often, that are not part of your hard drive yet. It will allow you to hit reset, get yourself together, and restore the communication with your partner in case it was interrupted earlier. It will give color to your dance, creating opportunities for variations. It will help your dance become less flat from the beginning to the end. Don't forget one. A movement will look faster if there is a pause before that. If it is difficult for you to dance faster, you simply need to prepare the ground. Make a pause and let the explosion after it create the difference in dynamics you are looking for. Don't forget too, the follower is crucial here. If you're a follower, don't be in a hurry to go to the next move. Instead, feel each moment without thinking that a mistake might have occurred every time your partner stops suggesting a movement or simply pauses. Don't forget 3. Choose to add pauses in moments during the music where you notice a change. For example, such moments occur when the singer starts singing or when a new instrument starts playing. You don't even need to know which instrument it is. It is enough to listen to the music and feel the different sensations that the new instrument creates. This way, beyond everything we discussed above, you'll achieve a better connection with the music, the crucial part of the dance. You'll be able to give music the value and attention it deserves, and for sure, you and your partner will enjoy the dance a lot more. If you enjoyed what you learned in this episode, visit tangotipswiththemaestros.com to explore all available languages as paperback or as audiobook, or simply search Tango Tips by the Maestros on Amazon. Also, if you found this episode helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your friends. For a curated list of free and paid resources to help you improve and enjoy your tango, go to thecurioustanguero.com/Argentine Tango. I've put together a list just for you. I'll say it again, thecurioustanguero.com/Argentine Tango. And remember to smile. You've discovered tango. Most people haven't. What a gift.